Hello everyone, Blaster here again, bringing you another video that I'm sure will find interesting if you play Heroes. Today's topic is going to be my deck profile for the month of February 2025. Several weeks have passed since the release of Supreme Darkness, and I finally had time to playtest this deck against real people and against real decks. And not only that, I think the format has finally consolidated. We know which are the top decks to beat, so we should talk about how we're going to prepare to beat those decks, okay? And we could talk about also what changes have occurred since the last deck list, because there are several changes and some of them may be a little bit controversial, but we could talk about that when we get into that part, okay? But guys, remember that if you like the content that you see, please like, share, and subscribe. But if you're not doing that, at the absolute least, please leave me a comment because I always love reading your feedback. Let's just get straight into the deck list, and we could talk about the reasons of why I chose certain cards whenever we reveal the entire deck, okay? So then again, one elemental hero Neos, no change there. Wing Kuriboh level 6, also no change there. I don't think this card is cuttable at the moment with the current support that we have. Shadow Mist, also one copy, has no change here. Elemental Hero Blazeman and double Elemental Hero Stratos. You guys, if you have seen my videos before, you know why I play this card, but if you haven't seen my videos before, I would recommend please watch. Some of them are linked in the description below, but if you want to just have a quick brief of why I play this card, it's just a really good way to get poly under Dimension Shifter, also getting poly on summon instead of ignition like Bion, helps you get the polymerization under certain setups and still dodge like certain hand traps. And not only that, this is the card that you need if you want to get the max value out of like Evil Assault. And I guess we could talk about that whenever we go into that, right? But I'm just going to say, right, if you're not willing to play this card, just play the third Stratos instead, okay? And also triple Vision Hero Fairies. One of the changes that I was thinking about since the previous decklist was cutting the Vision Hero Fairies, but I'm afraid I cannot do that. It's just we really need more ways to special summon, and even if this card may be bricky, this is one of your best starters and you should be maxing out on this, I'm afraid. With the current support that we have, and if you want to play the cards like Malicious and Fusion Destiny and such, you need this card alongside the Vision Hero Increase, which I'm still playing 2 copies. I know a lot of people are only playing 1 because they think because they play like a high card count, they're not going to see this card and such. But no, please do not commit this, let's say this deck building sin of just trying to play the least amount of Garnets, hoping that you are not going to draw into them. I'm afraid this is not cuttable into 1 because whenever you draw it, like the entire Vision Hero Fairies line is just becomes useless. And not only that, because if you only play 1 increase, like not only is the 1 increase your garnet, like all the Vision Hero Fairies also become blanks in your deck. And if you happen to draw into like this, not only you have 1 useless card, you also have another useless card. So don't do that. Don't make this like deck building scene, please. I know it sucks whenever you draw into it, but you have to play 2. I know some people may be playing, I don't know, like this weird setup where perhaps you could open like Evil Soul, discard the increase, right? Get like the Dusted Gold, and then discard Dusted Gold so you can get the Dark Contact, and then you return both into the deck, and then you summon the Darkest Night, and you, let's say, quote unquote, save the brick, right? But please, no, don't do bad plays just because you don't want to draw the the Garnet, right? And also for Vision Heroes, I also playing triple Hero Bion. The reason why I'm playing 3 is because this card is a 1-card combo, like straight up. Like this is the Snake Eye Ash of Heroes, and whenever I think about this, I cannot justify running any less than 3 because. Like heroes are so, let's say, there are so many cards that may do nothing by themselves that whenever you have these kind of cards, you have to max out of them so you don't so you can compensate on opening other cards that do nothing, okay? And then for the Destiny Hero lineup, we have triple Destiny Hero Malicious and one Denier and one Plasma. There's no change there. Um, and then we go into the Evil Hero lineup, which is a triple Adusted Gold. Then again, I know some people are not playing max copies of this card. I don't know if it's just because they cannot afford them at the moment. They don't have a way to get into their triple copies, but you should play three. This card is busted. Like this is one of the best cards in your entire deck. This card is busted. It's so good. You should always max out on this. And also I'm playing the one Sinister Necron because it's part of the combo, and one Evil Hero Dead in Prison. Gotta be honest, I'm currently only playing one, but I don't think playing two it's a wrong choice, and I actually have two with me. It's just that I don't have a space to play the second one. Okay, but yeah, this is going to be the entire hero lineup. I know some people maybe asking where is like the dark, no, sorry, the Inferno Rider, and I'm afraid I'm not playing it. I mean, I have it right here, but I'm not playing it. But we could talk about that in just a minute. So this is all the hero lineup. This is just, I'm going to talk about the engine part of heroes, and then we were talking about the non-engine. Okay. And for spells, I'm playing triple assault, evil assault. This is one big change from the previous list to this one. I thought that I could get away by just playing one, but no, this card is too good to not be playing at max copies. Same with like Dusted Gold. So I would highly recommend playing triple copies of this card. And also I'm playing triple Hero Lives and triple Fusion Destiny. These cards are also one card combos. These are the best cards in your deck. You should always play 3 and never less. For the same reason like why you should always play 3 Bion in my opinion. Okay. And then we have double polymerization. I know this is something that a lot of people are not doing because they believe this card is a brick. Essentially, my entire channel is dedicated to teach you why polymerization is not a brick, is your primary playmaker, why you should be playing at least 2. Also, not only because, let's say, so you can play around certain hand traps or for certain situations. It's also required for several combos for you to have 2 in your deck, and one of those combos is actually you require like the evil assault. Let's say this is needed mostly if you still want to end on like the DPE plus the wake up at the end of your main phase. Okay. So also for the bunch of one-offs, I'm currently playing like one mask change. Oh, sorry. One reinforcements of the army, one foolish burial. These cards are amazing right now in this deck because reinforcements is just a 4 copy of Vision of Kir Bion, which is a 1 card combo, and also foolish burial is essentially another copy of Evil Assault whenever you dump Evil Hero Sinister Necron. And it's really strong, and obviously it becomes like get me any hero from deck if you dump Shadow Mist too. And finally the Dark Contact and Miracle Fusion. And for the traps, I'm playing one Favorite Contact and one Dark Supremacy. Sadly, this is still like the only common card that I play in my deck. Hopefully, please Konami release this on a OTA's pack or something, I don't know. So this is the engine part of heroes. If I'm not mistaken, these are 43 cards, and that leaves me with only 17 spots, 17 non-engine spots. Yeah, one of the things that happened from this list to the previous one is that I upped the engine count of the deck, which is really sad because I didn't want to do this, but I think your deck being consistent like should be priority number 1. And for the non-engine, I'm playing triple Ash Blossom, triple Nibiru, double Fuwalos. The only reason why I'm playing 2 is because I only have 2. If I had a third one, I would be playing the third one. And also I'm playing triple Book of Eclipse, triple Crossout Designator, and triple Impermanence with the Call by the Grave. And if you noticed, perhaps if you have a keen eye, you have noticed that I'm no longer playing Forbidden Droplet. It's not that I don't have it right. I have it right here with me. It's just that I decided to cut the card from my deck, and let me explain you why, right? Because this may be one of the most controversial things that I have done in my channel, because honestly, this card and heroes, like, they used to mesh so well, right? But the problem is that I'm having issues with the card right now, because there's a conflicting part of the way the new support is built around, right? Because I mean, not only you have like Vision Hero Fairies that works with a discard, you also have like the Evil Assault that works with a discard, and if you start to stack this with Forbidden Droplet, I think you start seeing the issue, right? Because if you're going second, like this happened to me against a Ryzeal player, where I was like this, right, and two like other free cards, and then let's say they have like Detonator, the Waking Caesar, and the Abyss Dweller, and they shotgun the Abyss Dweller on the draw phase, and then you are forced to go into Forbidden Droplet, dump for three from your hand, and then you are at this position where like you cannot use fairies as your starter slash extender, and you'll have to use like for like Evil Assault, discarding the fairies, and if they ash you, like you essentially lose on the spot because you have no more plays, right? So yeah, this is the issue that I've been having with heroes right now, is that because there's such a high investment on the cards right now, that I don't think playing Droplet is worth now. So so to work around that, I'm just playing triple Book of Eclipse, because I think this card has better card economy for your deck. But not only that, it's just a really good way to dodge Nibiru and other targeted negation hand traps. In fact, I think that I really like the non-engine part of the deck, because it's multi-purpose, right? Because one of the things that I would tell to you about this deck, because this is a 60 card deck, is that because of the card count, you must have several cards that achieve the same thing. So let's say if you want to not lose to the Fuwalas, you're playing like the triple Ash Blossom and the triple Crossout Designator, while you also playing the Fuwalas yourself. But if you don't want to lose to Nibiru, then you are playing like the triple Crossout, playing Nibiru yourself, and the triple Book of Eclipse. Same with the Infinite Impermanence, right? You could play the Crossout Designator and the Book of Eclipse. I think this rounds up the strategy really nicely. I really like this non-engine in my hero deck. And like I said, you can no longer play board breakers as your only way to deal with your opponent's board, because I think that if you let, I don't know, Ryzeal to build too much of the board, same with like with Melis, like there's no good amount of board breakers that could help you play through those boards, because they plus too much, and you have to invest too many cards, not only for your combos, but to break your opponent board. So that is why I think Nibiru is such a good card to play alongside the other hand traps, and also why you should be maxing out on the Fuwalos. This is the only card that saves me from losing going second, if this is the only hand trap that I draw, right? So yeah, that's the entire main deck. Let's go into the extra deck and then the side deck, okay? So for the extra deck, I'm playing like double Cross Crusader, one Infernal Deviser, one Wonder Driver, and one Dread Decimator. I know some people are not playing this card, but I think this is important for several reasons, like the Fusion Destiny 1-card combo, and also, well, we could talk about it later on. Now for the fusions, we have Evil Hero Backfire. You need this every time that you go first, so you can fetch the trap. Infernal Rage, one of the best fusions in this deck. Same for Phoenix Enforcer. Dystopia, the reason why I'm playing Dystopia is because of the Fusion Destiny 1-card combo. Also, you make another disruption whenever you have these two on the board, because sometimes you won't have Sunrise face up on your board, so you can use the Dystopia effect too, right? Also like the Darklo, because I still play the Mask Change. Although something that is, I think it's worth talking about and worth considering right now, is that maybe, just maybe, um, there's a case to be made if you want to like cut mask change from your main deck and cut entirely Dark Love from your extra deck too, because like let's be real, like let's be honest, because of how like the new support is designed, chances are that you are not ending on the Dartlo anymore because you have to spend Shadow Mist effect to search for a hero most of the time, especially if you're getting hand trap. There's essentially no way to get into the wake up, or there's just simply no way to continue the combo unless you dump Shadow Mist to search for a hero. So the only times where you actually are summoning Dartlo is whenever you hard open the mass change. And if you want to make this a consistent thing, you have to up the count of the mask change. And but if you do that, then you have to start considering, because you don't want this card to be dead on your hand, then you maybe want to play even more mask heroes, but there's just no space in the extra deck, right? So maybe, just maybe, one of the things that you may want to do is maybe cut the mask change and use the spot for Masked Hero Darklo for something else. Some of the things that I've been thinking about, what could replace, you could be playing things like the number 41 Babushka, the honorary elemental hero monster. Also, you could be playing Abyss Dweller, right? I don't have it right now with me, but if you are very afraid of graveyard effects and you get hand trap pretty early into the combo, you could end on like the Babushka or like the Abyss Dweller. But if you're not that afraid of those kind of effects right now, because let's be honest, let's say the graveyard is not like there's not a matchup that entirely dies if they don't have like a graveyard like the previous format. Maybe you could be playing other fusions to help you have more consistent endboards. One of the recommendations I could give you is perhaps you want to play Vision Hero Adoration, and this is maybe really weird for some of you because this card does essentially nothing. This is just like an attack boost and reduction, which honestly may be very inconsequential, but the important part of this card is that this is the most generic fusion heroes have, period. Like, this is just 2 heroes, and this could be relevant whenever you open, like, I don't know, like Sinister Necron, Shadow Mist, and Polymerization, right? Because this could be a thing that happens, and because there's no way to fuse into them unless you play this card, this is one recommendation I would give you, so you consider this if you are not playing the Dartlo anymore, right? So for the time being, I'm still playing the Dartlo, right? And also I'm playing the Sunrise, one of the best fusions in the deck. Also, I'm playing the Wake Up Your Elemental here because part of the combo, the Shining Wingman, one of the best endboards this deck has. And finally, but not least, Evil Hero Malicious Bane and Evil Hero Neos Lord. I know some people are not playing this card, but let me tell you, like, I am surprised how good this card was, how often it came up in whenever I was playing. This card is amazing. Like, you should have this card in your extra deck list. Like it was like every time that this card was summoned, it was very impactful. Like, it was clearing boards. There was one game where like I was super spent, like I had no other play on except activating Dark Contact, returning 2 monsters into the deck, and then special summon Malicious Bane, and then it destroyed the entire opponent's board. And whenever that happened, they scooped. Like, it was that strong, it was that important, that impactful. So honestly, I don't know what else to tell you. I think you should be running this card in your extra. Like, it's too good, it's too strong. And the Neos Lord, let me tell you, this doesn't come up as often because you for this to come up, you have to play the Dark Fusion. Maybe you want to play the let's say the Infernal Rider part Axis, right? Okay, let's just talk about this, right? Because if you want to play these cards, perhaps, right? Perhaps you are no longer playing the Blazeman then, and perhaps you are cutting on the one Polymerization, and you you play these 2, and perhaps you want to cut like one Bion so you can play one additional Stratos into your deck, because this is I feel like this line is better if you're playing like the triple Stratos, which I don't have with me right now. Where is it? Yeah, here it is, right? You make like, you change these free cards for these free cards. The only thing that I'm going to tell you right now, even if you were to play this part, this axis of the deck, I honestly would not recommend. Okay, I would not recommend you playing the super polymerization. I like, honestly, I tried this card. I tried to make this work and such, but like, this card is straight up breaking your deck. It's too conditional. It's too let's for every game that you may win because you have this card, you have like one or two where this is in your hand doing nothing. Like, I just find it so ridiculous that, like, what you would consider, right, the OG, right, the OG super polymerization deck, like right now, for them, this card is a brick unless they do all the hoops and loops to like make enough graveyard so you can banish their Inferno Rider from your graveyard, and then you have to set the super polymerization directly from your deck and have your discard fodder, right, for the super polymerization. And like, no man, I just think this is too much work for something that is not going to help you. We need more support that make this card live, like something like I don't know, hero plus one effect monster. Perhaps not the greatest thing effect, like doesn't have like the greatest effect, the greatest thing ever. But if they don't have this kind of support, like for the extra deck, so we can actually use this as a board breaker, I cannot endorse the use of this card. Okay. So yeah, that is the extra deck, the main deck too. Sorry. And finally, let's talk about the side deck. Pretty quickly, I'm playing like triple Droll Logbird, triple Lancia. I'm playing triple Tactic Trust, triple Evenly Matched, one Sanctum, one Dimensional Barrier. That is the entire extra deck, side deck. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm missing one card. Sorry. The last one card, if I'm not mistaken, it's, yeah, sorry, it's one Lightning Storm. Sorry. Honestly, I think these cards should be like the Purulias whenever you have to go into Rysiel. So you not only have like the Fugalos, you also have the Purulias, and the idea whenever you go second is that if they want to establish a board, if they want to overcommit, you will eventually draw into the board breakers, and if they leave enough cards in the field, you're gonna break the board, and whenever it's left on the field, you can use the triple tactic talents, you grab the Lightning Storm, and you wipe out the rest, and then you can start playing. And if you this, and also this is one of the reasons, this card is really good whenever you go first or second. But usually I don't want to main this card unless I have already unless it's already game 2 and 3, because I want to like being able to manipulate my deck. Because I mean, if I'm going first, I'm cutting down on the hand traps, and then I'm playing like more like the triple tactic thrust, and then playing like the traps whenever, like if you're face Rysiel, you play the Dimensional Barrier, or you play against Melees, then you activate you search for the Sanctum. But if you get hit by a Bestial, like this is the best way to punish a Bestial play, because if they, let's say they were hoping to stop you by banishing, I don't know, like the Malicious or something, then you activate Thrust, you grab into Fusion Destiny, and they only do not stop the play. Now you have a way better play now. So yeah, this card is amazing. You should be maxing out. But I don't like maining this card because I don't think there's space in my deck so I can play good, like they say, good trust targets. I just want to like play a bunch of hand traps for going first, and ways to stop hand traps myself, and then after game 2 and 3, that is when I can like build my deck accordingly to the matchup that I'm playing. Okay, so this is the entire deck. Please tell me what you guys think about in the comments. Please keep it civil, because I know some of these choices may be a little bit weird. Some, like, you may think that I'm doing something wrong, right? But this is what this is what has given me the best results so far, right? Um, so just keep an open mind, right, and try it out and tell me what you guys think. So this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember that if you like the content that you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Or if you're not, please leave me a comment. This is Blesser signing out.